Okay, yo, so disclaimer, this video is like a massive yap fest. I'm going to be talking a bunch. So if you're here to watch me fight, there won't be much of that. There'll be some background footage of me probably just like, I guess, doing my daily routine in Fistball and like getting tokens and stuff. But this video is going to be like everything you need to know about Shoujen before it drops. I'm going to be answering some of the key questions that a lot of people have been asking in the Discord server. And the reason I made this video is because I've seen a lot of new people joining the Shojen Discord server, which is great and all. And I love that the community is like reaching further than it did before when I first got into it, and it's growing so rapid. But on the downside of that, it kind of means there's a lot of misinformation and confusion spread around the community about the game and how Shoujin will play when it's released. I'm by no means some form of like higher intellect when it comes to Shoujin, but I do pay very close attention to the game as a whole, and I do ask my fair share of questions to get answers from reliable people within the community. So pretty much the basis of this video is me just trying to clear up any confusion or misinformation about what the developers have openly told us so far, but also answering questions that I see a lot in the Discord server and just kind of floating around within the community itself. That meaning I will not be leaking anything from tester chat or any information I've been asked to keep quiet by devs or other people within the community. I will simply be making what we know more clear for the new people joining the community. Even if you aren't new to Shoujin, I'm sure there will be some questions I can help clear up. So if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comments. I'll try and answer as many as possible. Hopefully I can answer all of you. First of all, the most basic question is, what is Shoujin exactly? Shoujin is a game based off the webtoon called Lookism. I won't go too deep into what Lookism is since I haven't read a whole lot of it, but to sum up, it's pretty much just like this fat loser gets bullied and then he wakes up like jacked and cool and he has like a second body that can fight, and he kind of just beats up all his bullies. That's as far as I've gotten. But despite the fact that it's based off Lookism, one of the devs, Extreme Creator, says that it's also inspired by other connected medias. He also says that other PTJ verses will come in the future. Again, I'm not too familiar with the studio or the type of media that they produce, but I did some quick research and found out that PTJ has a wide selection of other webtoons. So if you read anything produced by PTJ that has a similar vibe to Lookism, you can almost kind of expect some stuff from those to be added as well. A pretty common question that I see a lot is, what fighting styles will there be in Shoujin? If we take a look at the various combat sneaks, you can kind of take an accurate guess from the moves and what styles they'll be on release. In this sneak here, we can see that the person fighting has the moves Liver Blow, Yamatsuki, and Tornado High Kick. Liver Blow most likely being boxing, Yamatsuki also most likely being karate, and Tornado High Kick I'm not too sure about. This could possibly be taekwondo or just another karate move. And then other sneaks scattered around the chat is Body Slam and Flying Knee. Body Slam almost definitely has to be wrestling. And then Flying Knee, you can most likely connect that to maybe Muay Thai. So collecting all the information you kind of get from these sneaks, you can guess that there will be boxing, karate, maybe taekwondo, wrestling, and Muay Thai on release. Again, this is just like a rough guess. There could be more or less on release. They could be refining and polishing more styles that we haven't even seen right now as we speak. Next question is, how will progression work and will it be macro slop? The devs have only recently been kind of open about how progression will work within Shoujin, so there isn't much information now, but I'll group up all the important parts of what has been openly stated by developers. With a recent announcement from Extreme, I won't read out the whole thing, but I'll just put it on screen and talk about the important parts. So if you want to read the whole thing, you can pause the video. He says that becoming stronger will require doing multiple things. This makes me believe that alongside having to obviously work out, there may be some PvP progression and possibly even story or quest lines, but that again is just a random guess. He then states ranking up and gaining stat points requires 3 key conditions. With this message, it's revealed that there will be stat point progression alongside rank progression as well. But the more interesting part to me is the fact that there will be 3 key parts to the game to progress. We can obviously assume that working out is one, and that PvP is another, but the third key part of the game is a bit harder to figure out from this text. So I looked through channels and found what looks to be a boss battle or a raid sneak, so possibly taking part in massive raids will also be a way to progress in Shoujin. I personally think this is a great idea, and I think it'd be really cool if the bosses are extremely hard, because in my opinion, group progression is the most fun progression in games like this. How will permadeath work? Okay. So I know a lot of people do not like the idea of permadeath in a game like this, but when I ask why they don't like it, their answers usually come from a place of confusion or misinformation, so I'm going to try my best to explain what we know about the game's permadeath system so far. First of all, you are not at all forced to take part in a permadeath event. The game or server, depending on how permadeath is activated, will notify you an entire 5 minutes before permadeath becomes active. So if you don't want to partake in a permadeath event, you can literally just swap servers or wait it out. Extreme also says that you will have multiple lives in permadeath, so at that point it's almost impossible to like get wiped by being caught lacking. You kind of have to opt in multiple times and lose multiple times before you get wiped. And on top of that again, is that you can only get wiped from permadeath at a certain rank. That rank hasn't been stated, but it's kind of safe to say you won't be getting wiped like around early to mid game. Probably like Late game, you'll probably be like at the risk of getting wiped, but don't worry about early game. However, you can't access a lot of the cool end game stuff without stepping into permadeath, and in Extreme's words, you can choose to become the strongest or you can settle with being strong enough, which I think is a perfect way to implement permadeath into a game like this. How do I get early access? I see a lot of this question being asked by newer people who have just joined the server, and it's pretty simple. There's 2 ways to obtain EA as of recording this video. Every now and then, the staff team will host game nights or early access events. The most recent one being the 100-hour VC event, where the 99 people who are in VC when it hit 100-hour mark got early access. And the other events being games like ABA or just any other Roblox game in general has the potential to become an event for early access. So if you want to take part in any of these events and come join me in EA, the link to the Discord will be in the description of the video. As of recording this, all the EA slots from game nights have filled up, but there is a new role that I contributed to. It's called Game Night Winner. Basically, if someone messes up and they get their EA taken, or Khan or Extreme decide they want to purge some of the early accesses, they will most likely give it to the people with Game Night Winner. And how you get Game Night Winner is basically you just attend a game night and you win. Pretty much, if you win a game night, you're next in line for early access. So sadly right now there's no slots, but slots kind of move around because there's a lot of stupid people in chat that say things that are going to get their EA taken. And, you know, sometimes they just randomly purge people that aren't active because, you know, they want to reward the people who are actually there for the game first. The second way is how I got early access. If you are a content creator, you can apply in the Discord for the content creator role. And right now there is an event for the role Content Creator Plus, which is pretty much early access. And to obtain CC Plus, you can either upload 2 short form content videos on TikTok or YouTube Shorts, or any kind of like platform that accepts short form content. You have to upload 2 of those with the Discord link somewhere in the video, or you can do what I did and upload 1 long form content video to YouTube with the Discord link in the description. Another question that kind of branches off the last one is, can I buy tester or early access with cash or Robux? The dev team has made it really clear that they are not accepting any Robux or cash for any form of access to the game as of now. So sadly, there is no way to purchase access to the game right now. You'll just have to win an event, but that's only for now. That could change. So if you are really interested in it, if it comes up, then I guess you could. They kind of seem to emphasize as of now in the text, I think, when I read it. When will the game release? As of recording, there's like no confirmed release date for Shoujen. However, devs and owners have stated that testing will take place in January, and after testing, then early access will start. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but I'd like to guess, from my personal opinion and from what I know, that the game will come out around 2 months for the public maximum if testing is smooth. If testing is not smooth, give or take a couple of weeks. But we all know how Roblox devs get. Like, there's no really confirming how they will behave when it comes to releasing their game, but they've been pretty transparent with us when it comes to sneaks now. I think we get one every like 1 or 2 days. They've been great. They communicate, they talk to us quite well compared to other devs. And that's pretty much all the important questions I've seen flowing around within the Shojen community. If you guys have any questions that I didn't answer, please leave them in the comments and I'll try my best to answer all of them. And if I did a good job at cleaning up any confusion that you might have had, feel free to subscribe, since I'll be making a lot more content on Shojen in the future when it drops. I might make a couple more videos if there's any worthy announcements, like a bunch of worthy announcements to kind of group up and kind of make another breakdown video for you guys. And of course, when the game drops, I'll be dropping guides, how to play, the PvP videos I'm known for. So if you guys want to see all of that, kind of like my Fistborn content translated over to Shoujen, if you guys want to see that, then feel free to subscribe.